Water designs are love. Cooling touches.
It's gotta work. Let's do this real quick. It might work. I don't know. Let's see. That way I can kind of see what it looks like on here. I think so. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. Says I'm live. Let's see what it looks like. Prior commercial. Okay. Says I'm live. Let's see what it looks like. Prior commercial. Okay. Pow. I like that a lot better. I don't get many YouTube. I only got like 70 some subscribers, I guess you want to call it that. Or people that subscribe to the channel. We'll try to do more live streaming. I keep saying that, but I never do. I'm going to try. Let's see what happens. I know, like when I stop the video, I got to go online and set it for public because it, for some reason, it doesn't, I don't know. Change that a little bit. Set 30. Here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is there 7 on that? Yep. It's 27 seconds. See what this does. Oh, shave 3 seconds off of that. Just by making it 2 inches closer. There we go. This camera mount, I'm not really digging it a whole lot. Maybe I could do that. See if that works. It might be better. There you go. Yay. All right. I like to get a different camera mount. I don't like this one. I know why my daughter gave it to me. She doesn't like it either. Hold my phone. I'm like, it's okay. So. Actually, I'm gonna do this. All right. Okay, I did not want to do that. That's not what I wanted to do. It's all right. Do that there. Okay. Put this in here. I can fold that over, ship that back to the person. Good to go. I don't do a lot of streaming on the YouTubes, but I think I'm gonna start doing it more and more when I'm out here. I mean, don't take 2 seconds to load it up. You know what I mean? Do some stuff. Hey, what's up, Kevin? I think that's right. Yeah. Just running some bushings. That's all. I figured I'd jump on here and say, see how it's going. I just finished up drilling some bushings. I did a bunch of, let's see, a bunch of these diamond painting inserts for diamond painting tips for Diamond Art Club for a customer. They make diamond painting pens, so they figured they want to be able to use an insert for their pens. Instead of threading the resin and having it stripped out, they can use a steel insert to thread it in. That way it'd be nice and sturdy. You won't strip the resin threads out. I mean, it would probably hold, but a little bit of added extra security, insurance, I guess. Yeah, I just figured I'd jump on here and go live for a little bit. It's not going to be a long stream. I'm just kind of hanging out, making these. These are adapters. I'm making some adapters for an order. Actually, I'm making extras, but making a bunch of adapters. Let's see here. Right below the camera, I got stuff. So I'm running some extras. I think these are 5 sets. Yeah, these are. The inserts are not on my website. No, not yet. But if you wanted some, let me know. There. I guess that's the problem with using your phone, and you get calls. But no, they're not on my website. I'm not sure if I'm going to have them on there. Because I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet. Because the reason I say that is because the tips that I got from Diamond Art Club, I got the single placer, then I got the double placer. I made them to fit the single placer, which was 6.5 by 0.75 on the threads. And the problem I had was they worked with mine, and the one I ordered, they worked perfect. So I made them and they fit, and they worked extremely well, threaded on perfect and everything. So I sent them to my customer, and he texted me and said, "Hey, these aren't working." I'm like, kind of like, what are you talking about? They work fine. He goes, "No, they're not threading on." Come find out, the two placer, the thread lead pitch, I guess when you call it that, was not the same as the single point. So what I did was, the issue is that the thread is off just enough to get started, and it goes in about halfway and binds up. So the thread pitch between the number 2 placer and the single was 0.02 off. Okay, so you take 0.02 and you go like 6 or 7, 8 threads in here. Now you're at 16 thousandths difference, and on a thread, that's a ton. That's a mile. So it would go in and like bind up. So I've realized it could go in about 6 or 7 threads and be fine. So I set it back up and I counterboard the inside to remove like a little over half of the threads. In a normal application, that wouldn't be. When you're dealing with threads, you want full contact. But in this case here, I'm able to thread this in and bottom out, and it's nice and tight. So it works. And the problem that I have found, and the guy sent me his tip that he had, and I'm like, okay, well maybe he got a bad tip or something, a bad run of tips or something. I don't know for sure. So I went ahead and ordered my own. And when I got mine in, it was the exact same thing. It would only thread in about halfway and then bind up. So I said, okay, something's wrong. So I contacted the company, went round and round with them for a little bit, got more information than I thought I was going to get. But the long story short, they basically said, our tips work with our pens. There's no more advice I can give you. I said, okay, fair enough. It's their product. I'm not going to, trade secret, I guess. But what I did was I just took out half the threads on the insert. That way it'll thread in. Now it threads in and bottoms out. Perfect. It's not the ideal solution, but it works for this. And because once you thread it in and it doesn't go anywhere. And all the force is pushed down, which is going to register on this back, flange, back shoulder. And I bored it out to where it's not super loose on the threads. It's like the same diameter as the threads plus about maybe 4 or 5 thousandths. And that way it goes in fine. It's not loose, but it's not full engagement on the threads from back here to here, which I really wanted, but unfortunately, their manufacturing process is not the best. I guess you want to call it that. So I did what I could do to make it work. And that's kind of where I'm at on these, because this is the 2 placer. And the threads, when I measured it, the threads were a 0.8 instead of a 0.75. And that little bit is like 2 thousandths in SAE, standard American, if you want to call it that. And that's why it was binding up about halfway through, because it's about 2 thousandths. So yeah, true. I mean, it works. I mean, it's not the best in a real world application. You would want at least 3 to 4 threads engaged minimum, which I have. There's about 6 threads in here, maybe 5. So it works. And plus, you're pushing down on it, so it's going to register on the shoulder, and it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to strip out. It's not going to bind up. It's not going to do anything. So, and these will ship out tomorrow. I sent them out. He sent them back. I fixed them, and I'll send them back out. So, I know. Well, I agree. But if their tips having the issue that I got, I think because maybe theirs are resin and the resin will give a little bit and it doesn't matter. Because I don't think they offer the inserts, the threaded inserts for their pins. I think they thread the resin or whatever they do. And I think the resin is soft enough to where it probably doesn't matter. It'll flex enough to do that. I guess depending on how tight their tolerance is on their machine parts. But my guess is, it's purely my opinion, is that they're run on 2 separate machines. The threading part is to meet demand, because they're making thousands at a time. Not like me where I'm making 50 to 100 at a time. They're making thousands and thousands and thousands. So my guess is there's 2 different machines, and each machine in the program, somebody may have accidentally hit an extra number. Instead of 0.75, they might have did 0.78, 0.79 by accident or something like that and didn't catch it. But it is coming in from China, so I assume that their quality assurance is not the best. So they look at it and probably go, yep, it's good. But that's my opinion. And they're probably spit out by the 10,000s at a time, so that's my guess. That's true. The resin, the metal will probably cut the resin a little bit, almost kind of like a forming tap of some sort. Because you could take a tap. It's not really a cutting tap like a normal tap, but a forming tap where it just kind of forces the material into the shape. It doesn't really cut it, but it has a little bit of a cutting edge on it, but not like a regular tap. So that's probably what they use. So I think I'm getting a phone call. Oh, I gotta cut the live off. Hold on.